Welcome back to Switch of South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today I am in the mother city. I am in Cape Town. You guys join me for the Mercedes-Benz GLC Coupe launch. So last year we got the opportunity to launch the normal GLC. A lot of months later, but not a year, unfortunately. A lot of months later, we launched in the coupe. I don't know why it took the coupe so long to launch, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you about everything you need to know about the Mercedes-Benz GLC coupe, from the exterior look of the vehicle, interior look of the vehicle, and the drive of the vehicle. But for now, I'm just introducing you to the vehicle. Keep it locked on the channel, and you'll see more about the car. So now you join me inside the Mercedes-Benz GLC coupe, or coupe for those that like being fancy. So I'm gonna tell you every single thing, like from the exterior, the interior, and the drive of the vehicle. Oof, that sounded very nice. Sorry for getting distracted. Anyway, speaking about the first thing, I'll speak about the exterior look of the vehicle. Honestly, I like the look of the vehicle. In front, it looks like the GLC that we launched last year, but the rear, the rear looks good. I like it, especially the one I'm driving, this white one. It looks very beautiful. So I'm driving the GLC 300D. So this car comes in 220D and 300D. We'll speak more about that in the driving impressions of the vehicle. Here's the look of the vehicle. I like it. When I saw the pictures of the car, I was not too much of a fan until I saw it in person. Same thing with the wheels that those specific one is sitting on. When I saw them, I'm like, I'm not really a fan, because they look like the electric wheels that are offered in the other electric vehicles that Mercedes-Benz offers. So I was not really a fan, because I'm like, these wheels don't look the part. But when I see them right now in person, oh my gosh, I actually do like the look of the wheels that those cars are sitting on. Now moving on to the interior, this car looks exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean exactly. Looks exactly, and I mean exactly like a Mercedes-Benz C-Class. And I'll tell you why, for those that don't know. The GLC is based on the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, hence GLC. So the GLE is based on the Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and then the GLS is based on the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. So for those that didn't know, you learned something new on the Switch Off channel, brought to you by Nicky Nash. So as regards to the interior, it looks exactly like C-Class. I like it. This specific one has this on the passenger side of things. Yeah, has this finish. I'm not really a fan of it. I would have preferred it. I would have expected differently, but it gets the job done. You can get over it. I got over it very quickly, but I'm still not a fan of it. If I owned it, I wouldn't like that. But other than that, it looks quite good. Feels quite good in the interior as well. Obviously, being a C-Class or a GLC, I mean, certain parts of the vehicle I don't like. So the piano black that's underneath the touchscreen infotainment system, I don't like that. So a lot of fingerprints and dust particles will be there. So that's one thing I'm not a fan of. But otherwise, the car is good. I like the interior of the vehicle, especially the steering wheel. The steering wheel that this has, this sports steering wheel, I like it. I just don't like the touch haptic feedback buttons that are on the steering wheel. So for example, when you're driving, you tend to touch some of them, and then it changes the settings, whether that's in the infotainment system or the digital instrument cluster. But the seats, good feeling. Interior, not too bad, man. Gets the job done. Something that you'll see when you're inside the vehicle is the rear visibility. So when you look at your rear view mirror, the visibility is not that great, this being a coupe, right? But it's not bad at the same time. It just gets the job done. Gives you enough to see what's behind you. So as regards to the interior of the vehicle, moving on to the drive of the vehicle, this specific one is literally the exact same one that I drove last year at launch. So my driving impressions are not going to be different. They're going to be the very same. So if you haven't seen my launch video of the GLC, the normal GLC SUV, click the link in the description box below or the pop-out banner up there. You'll go to that video. But I'm gonna give you a quick brief description of this vehicle in terms of the interior. The driving impressions. It feels good. I like the drive of the vehicle. It doesn't feel like something new, because I've driven the car before and I've driven a lot of Mercedes-Benz vehicles, so it feels like a Mercedes-Benz. And I say this as well with when I mean Volkswagen vehicles, it feels like a Volkswagen. This feels like a Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz has across the board where the cars feel the same. You can tell you're in a Mercedes-Benz. So if you put me in this vehicle and you blindfold me, I'll be able to tell that I'm in a Mercedes-Benz because of how it drives. The suspension was quite smooth as well, and I tested it out because the road we were driving on was quite bumpy. I tested it out with regards to being in comfort mode and sport mode. So I was on that road and I was in comfort mode, but I saw there was a lot of bumps and let me put into sport. So what happened is that the suspension became stiffer. It became a lot harder, if that makes sense. So every bump on that specific road, I could feel it because I was on sport. Immediately when I put it into comfort mode, it became like so smooth. It's like you're floating over those bumps. It's something that I actually really liked about those kind of suspension. So now I've told you the important things about the car. Now there's that important thing that you need to know, and that's with regards to the pricing of the vehicle. So the specific one, right? This is the GLC 300. So the GLC 220D starts at 1.3 million rand. Late 1.3 million rand, so basically 1.4. And then this one is 50,000 rand more than the 220D. So I'm gonna put it on the screen now. So you take this car is quite expensive looking at its competitors, and I'll get to that just now. So when you take that amount of money and you finance it over a period of 5 years, over a period of 5 years, which is 16 months, at an interest rate of 12.25% with no deposit, you're looking at paying the number on the screen. It is a lot of money, and this car competes with the BMW X4, which starts at 1.1 million rand, basically 1.2 million rand. The one that I was looking at starts at 1.2. That's a good 200,000 rand cheaper than Mercedes-Benz GLC. And then you get the Audi Q5 Sportback that starts at just under 1.1. That's 300,000 rand cheaper than this. So it's how Mercedes-Benz have priced themselves with this is very, very tricky, and I don't get why they did that. It's a very tricky. It puts them in a tight spot because 200,000 rand to 300,000 rand is a lot of money, guys. It is a lot of money, and honestly, you will not want that extra premium on a vehicle. So it's a lot of money, and honestly, I just feel like Mercedes-Benz could have made this car 1.2 at least. At max 1.3 at max. But yet again, it's Mercedes-Benz. If you want the car, you really want it. But I think it's what's gonna kill them, and hopefully it is not what's gonna kill them. And I think the two models that I mentioned that it competes with, the X4 and the Q5 Sportback, they are due for it's either a facelift or a whole new model generation to be introduced. So I think maybe when those ones are launched, they'll be priced in and around this one, and God willingly, this one doesn't increase in price over the next year, so it stays where it is. But that's a very hard ask. These vehicles will go up. But I've told you every single thing you need to know about this car. So that was my launch video, and I hope you guys did like the content. I'm Nicky Nash from Switcher South Africa, and I've told you every single thing you need to know about the GLC. Comment down below what you'd like to know about the car, and I'll get back to you in the comments down below. Please check out my traveling channel. Yes, check out my traveling channel for everything traveling, behind the scenes and all of that. I truly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.